Hey everyone, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going through basically all of the products that I brought with me into 2021. So over the Christmas break in 2020, I actually moved out of my parents' place and into my own place with my partner. So I had to cull quite a lot of products in the move, also because it was kind of time. I had a thing, or a resolution about 2 years ago or so, that I would only purchase new products, new beauty products specifically, when I was, halfway through my last bottle. And I've sort of maintained that philosophy for the last 2 years or so. So let's get started. So first of all is skincare. This is the Vanilla Co Clean at Zero Purifying Cleansing Balm. I use this to take off my makeup whenever I'm going out or after stream, when I need to remove heavy stream makeup. I usually use this as a first cleanser to take off all the oil and the gunk of the day. It smells really nice. I got this off YesStyle, I think. It's really good. I think it's about 35 Australian dollars, so it's not expensive at all, and it lasted me for a really long time. And I usually just use like a makeup eraser just to wipe it off afterwards, because I find that using water to wash anything like a cleansing balm off, it really just doesn't work very well on its own. So I recommend using like a face halo or anything like that, just to help wipe off all the gunk. As you guys can see, this is running out soon, so I've actually bought a new cleansing balm, which I'm really excited to try. It is the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. Makeup melting and smoothing. I've heard great reviews. My friend had all of their watermelon products, I think last year, and she said they were amazing. I have their lip balm that goes from like a scrub, like an exfoliant, into like a balm, and I'm very quickly running out because watermelon lip balm is delicious. But I got a Mecca gift card for Christmas, so I've just had this stashed in my cupboard waiting for my Clean at Zero to run out, and the time is almost here. And then I go in with my trusty CeraVe foaming cleanser. This I just started using very recently. I bought this at Chemist Warehouse, which is, as the name suggests, a chemist in Australia. This is a 473 milliliter bottle, so it's quite large, and it's for normal to oily skin. It's fragrance free. I've never actually tried any CeraVe or like Cetaphil products before, but I've been really liking this lately. One pump, just lather it up in your hands, and then on your face it goes. Super easy, super simple, and like I said, 473 milliliters. I think it was only like 20 Australian dollars. I'm not worried about running out of cleanser anytime soon. My usual next step in my skincare is to use toner. So I actually have this Peter Thomas Roth 8% Glycolic Solutions toner that I bought, I think, last year, a while ago. It's quite expensive. I think it was on sale, which is why I purchased it. Like, honestly, I think I struggle the most discovering if toner is working for me. It's fine. It doesn't break me out, which, big plus, I guess. I got this off Beauty Babe, I think, for like $80. Sometimes I just try different products in the category that I need a replacement in. We're about halfway through, as you can probably tell through the really dark bottle. I'm not really sure what I would use next. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them down below in the comments. So last year, I enlisted the help of a friend to help cut down my skincare. And I was, how to say, not being very efficient with my money. So I cut down a lot. So now I only have 2 products from The Ordinary that I basically use 9-day every single day. And they are the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 in the super size. So this is a 60 milliliter bottle. I think The Ordinary only do like 3 or 4 different products in the super size edition. And I also have the niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. I basically just little squirt of these, layer it on. I let one dry, and then I put the other one on in no particular order. I'm not sure if that's wrong or not. Hasn't really failed me yet. So I have gone through so many bottles of these actually throughout last year and the year before that when I started using these. So I think I will just continue to use these. They're honestly incredibly affordable. I buy them off either Beauty Bay or Adore Beauty, and I'll chuck the links down below if you guys are interested, especially if you're in Australia and you're not really sure where to purchase Ordinary products. They're super cheap. I think they're like $16 a bottle for a 60 milliliter. After my serums, I go into my moisturizer, which for the last, I think, 6-9 months has been the Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. Actually, I have to say that 5 times before I got it correctly, apparently. As you can see, it is quite empty. I have one more bottle, I have one more tube in my cupboard ready to replace this one. I think they're about $25 for a tube. Small little dollop covers my whole face. So there's like there is a bit of a scent when you first start using it, but I got over it really quick. It's not like a fragrance or anything. It kind of just smells like deep sea. Like it kind of just smells like the ocean. I don't really know how to describe it. Like a mineral, but it's super moisturizing, not heavy at all, like super lightweight, but I don't feel like in winter it just goes into my skin. So I really like this. This is a definitely continue, but I am excited to try the Fenty moisturizer because I see like the dewiness of it. So that might be a really good winter moisturizer. I'm really not sure, but I know that if I had the wallet capability, I would live every day in the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream moisturizer because that is just, obviously for daytime, SPF super important. So I've been finishing off the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid in SPF 15. So it's not a super high SPF, but I bought this when I was going through like a Paula's Choice phase. My last cleanser before the CeraVe was a Paula's Choice. And I bought a bunch of things because I was just reading Reddit basically, and they were like, Paula's Choice is amazing. So I went to go try it and it was good. I just wasn't magical for me. And so I was trying to find more affordable solutions if I'm gonna be continuing to use like obviously sunscreen every single day. So this is what I'm currently using. As you can see as well, it is quite used up. It is quite liquidy, so there is actually a lot more left than it looks like. To replace the Paula's Choice sunscreen, I actually have picked up this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Lotion in SPF 50. So it's meant to be super hydrating and non-greasy and actually 4 hours water resistant. I actually love the smell of Neutrogena products. I don't know what it is. I think I'm not sure if it's specifically just Neutrogena in general or if it's the Hydro Boost line. So story time, when I was like 13 or something and I went back to Hong Kong to visit my family, I actually had like this whole range of like Hydro Boost, Neutrogena moisturizer and nighttime cream stuff. And honestly, it was a great range. So I'm super excited to give this a go. I just usually keep an eye out at Priceline or Chemist Warehouse. This usually retails for about, I think, $17. They usually do a lot of 50% off sales, so $8.50, a bargain. I also have the Ordinary Retinol 1% in Squalane. Look, I can't pronounce things. And this I use kind of every 2 to 3 nights instead of my other serums, and I'll just only put moisturizer on the top of that and then just leave it. It's not super strong at all. I didn't get any breakouts whatsoever. This is my first time using retinol as well, so would recommend. I also got this from the Beauty Bay. I know I said before I am usually looking for like drugstore affordable options, but because I reduced the overall price of all my products and I culled a lot of them out, I decided to splurge on 3 items that were a little bit more high-end. So this is one of them, the Pharmacy Honey Grail Face Oil. It is so beautiful. Honestly, it's like a little drop goes a long way. As you guys can see, I'm almost done with this bottle. Like I think I'm less than halfway through. I will probably be buying this again unless anyone can recommend another face oil, but this is super hydrating and it's summer now and I still use it and I feel like really great in the morning, and big fan of this. Will continue to buy it. These last 2 products I use once a week. They are the high-end products that I was talking about. This is my Tatcha Rice Polish Classic Exfoliate. I use this as an exfoliator. It's a foaming enzyme powder, so it's an exfoliant for normal dry skin. Basically, it's super fine enzyme powder and you mix it with a bit of water and it foams up, and it's like a gentle, oh, it's just so nice and gentle. It smells great and a little goes a long way. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a very big jar, so it is a little bit pricier. I think it was like $89. I can't remember, from Mecca, but super worth it. And for my mask, I use the Pharmacy Honey Potion renewing antioxidant hydration mask, which I love. It goes on kind of tingly, like it's actually meant to warm on your face. So it says, use spatula to scoop mask and spread a generous layer onto clean face. Avoid direct contact with eye and lip areas. Massage for 1 to 2 minutes while it warms and transforms into a white cream. Leave on for 10 to 15 minutes and then rinse off. I will say that the first time I used this, I had to take it off at like 8 minutes because it was reacting quite strongly with my skin. But nowadays I can leave it up to like 10, 12 minutes and it's totally fine. So I think it's just like a tolerance thing. One of my favorite things about this is that the spatula, it's magnetic. Packaging innovation is putting a mask spatula magnetic onto your lid so people don't lose it. It's genius, really. Last but not least, for my skincare, I use these Subi Beauty Perfect Pimple Patches. You can buy them from Subi Beauty directly and this ships super quick in Australia. I don't actually have a lot of hair products, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. If you guys can't tell, I actually dye my hair a lot. I bleach my hair. I go to this place in Sydney, but I've had colored hair for a really long time. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I actually only wash my hair once a week. I think since the start of uni, which was a while ago now, for many years, I've conditioned my hair to only being washed once a week, so it actually doesn't produce that much oil. I was using Fudge Purple shampoo and conditioner before. It was super dry because it had sulfate in it, which destroyed my hair. So I want to introduce you guys to actually what I've been using recently, which is the Function of Beauty. I was getting targeted ads on Instagram for this, and I thought, you know what, why not? Because like the current shampoo and conditioner I'm using is not working. So basically, if you guys haven't heard of Function of Beauty, you do a hair quiz and you tick all the different things about your hair, like what your hair does, what your hair goals are, etc, etc, and it basically comes up with a formula just for your hair. You get to also choose colors in your shampoo and conditioner. They do shampoo, conditioner, hair mask, hair oils, a leave-in conditioner. They also now do skincare, which I haven't really thought about because I'm pretty happy with my current skincare. And they do amazing scents, like different kinds of scents, and you can choose the strength of the scent as well if you're not really someone that likes to smell like roses, I guess. This is my shampoo and conditioner. You can see that the shampoo is like dark purple because I need it to reduce the brassiness in my hair from the bleaching. These are both in the pear smell, which is incredible. I also have the hair mask, which is halfway done, as you can see. It's really good. So I usually wash my hair twice with shampoo, then I will wring out the water in my hair. I'll chuck the mask on for about 5 minutes, rinse it out, and then put in conditioner. And then my hair is usually like really nice and soft for the rest of the week, sort of. Towards like, I think towards like day 3 or 4, it starts getting a bit dry. But in that case, I have these 3 products that I usually use to help with like the moisture, to look less frizzy as well. This is the Function of Beauty leave-in conditioner. It is also almost done. I don't think I'll be repurchasing the leave-in conditioner. I'm not sure what it is, but it is the pear scent because I got everything in the pear scent when I first bought it. And it smells like pear for a second, and then it has this weird, like, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't maintain the pear smell. So I don't know if it's like an ingredient inside the conditioner, but it's still really good. Also, wanted to let you guys know that all of these products have lasted me like a year. In saying that, I haven't used the hair mask every week, but the shampoo and conditioner has lasted me a year because I only wash my hair once a week. I also use the hair serum, which is, again, in the pear scent. Really nice. I just chuck it on the ends when it hits like day 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, all the way down to when I wash my hair next. Shows life back into my ends a little bit. It's a super small bottle and it's got this really nice pump. Yeah, nothing really more else to say. I'm in love. So this is a new find of mine. I bought this from Oz Hair and Beauty. This is called Milkshake Incredible Milk 12 Effects. Leave-in treatment for all hair types with organic muru. I don't know what that is. This literally smells like a milkshake. It is so beautiful. It actually has a spray nozzle. I don't know if that's showing up very well, but surprisingly, it actually distributes the product really well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the product is actually quite thick in the bottle. It's definitely like a conditioner kind of consistency, but the nozzle is really nice and like dispersing it all along your hair. So after I wash my hair, I've kind of like, I use like a little hair towel. Once it's like soaked up a lot of the water and I'm brushing it out and I'm ready to do my bangs, I use this just to spray it at the end, and it's just so nice. And sometimes I use it even on dry hair and then just brush it through, and it still works out really nice. It's not heavy at all, it's not greasy. It's actually really nice. I would recommend anyone pick this up. This was like $25, I think, and they have a bunch of different other products which I'm keen to try out. I think there's like a silver milkshake whip thing, but I'm gonna finish this one before I purchase that one. One last item in my hair products. I haven't used this yet, but I remember like hearing like rave reviews about it last year or even the year before. It is a drugstore product. It's the Garnier Fructis Nourishing Banana Hair Food. I don't know if anyone remembers hearing about this, but it was like $10 at Kohl's or something, and it's huge. Like, this is 390 milliliters compared to a 220. It's like, it's basic, almost double the product. But so once I'm finished with the Functional Beauty Mask, I'm ready to get stuck into this. I might leave this on for a little bit longer. It's used for dry hair, so bleached hair, dry hair, that will work out really well. And now we can move on to the beauty products. This may take a while. My makeup collection is definitely like gone up and down as I've discovered what works well for me, what doesn't work. What the heck is my undertone? Who knows? Apparently the girl at Sephora still didn't know what my undertone was. So I can't tell you. I'm excited to share what I actually currently have with you guys. And like I said, I've been trying to do my best in terms of like not purchasing new things until I've used them. But because I don't have like a very large range of makeup, I tend to be able to convince myself that I need it, and I don't actually have the product to run out of before I buy the next one. So this is where my philosophy kind of wavers a little bit. But yeah, I don't really know where to start. I guess we can start with what's closest to me, which is my eyeshadow palette. I have a few eyeshadow palettes. I have two from Colourpop, the Baby Got Peach and the Going Coconuts palette. I have not touched pan in any of these palettes, although I do try. I literally use that peach palette and this brown palette because they're both kind of like neutrals, and that's more my style or everyday style that I would usually do if I'm going out to see friends, or if I'm like streaming. I will just usually use either these two palettes. But I think this size of palette works really well because there's 9 pans in here and they're super small and like quite affordable. So I'm looking forward to buying more Colourpop stuff in the future. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Novena palette as well. And I bought this, I think, this palette on Facebook Marketplace actually. I think she just swatched the colors and then didn't like it, so she went to go sell it, and I think she sold it for like half price. So I was like, yes, thank you. To be fair, she's not wrong. The colors aren't great. I thought there was gonna be more purples, but there's really only like 3 purples and like a bunch of muted colors. I do use it, I do reach for it. I find the shimmery colors in this palette like very chalky. So I'm not a huge fan, and the other colors in the palette I can get in other palettes, if that makes sense. This one was my first ever eyeshadow palette, which probably means it's time to get rid of it. But I just, for sentimental reasons, I can't bring myself to throw this out. Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I, again, have not hit pan in any of these things. Even though I actually use the Salted Caramel color a lot because it's like a very natural like crease color, I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you. I tried. I really tried. But the shimmers in this palette actually I like a lot more because they're almost like a duochrome. So the Candied Violet, the Black Forest Truffle, and the Cherry Cordial I actually use a lot. This next one is the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. I really like this palette because of the Twilight and Retrograde color. I really like those two shimmers. I think they show up really nice on the lid. And then there was like a bunch of reds and browns that I actually hadn't used before. At the time, the Retrograde color and the Twilight color really matched the Fenty like lip glosses. I don't know if anyone remembers, but they had like those glittery lip glosses. And those two colors like matched exactly to this palette. Like, I'm not joking. I am not joking. I'm not making stuff up. I will find you a photo and I'm right. This next palette is another Huda Beauty. It's the Mercury Retrograde. I love this palette. It has the purples that I'm after. It has this beautiful mint color along with like corresponding glitters and some nudes, and like obviously it's like a dark purple and a very dark like violet almost called Vortex. I think I could probably chuck out the chocolate bar palette because of this palette, now that I'm looking properly at the colors. But I love this retrograde palette. I think the colors are beautiful. That mercury shimmer, delightful on the lid. Like, it's super strong pigmented, so, and the packaging is so beautiful too. This last eyeshadow palette is the Morphe and Manny Moore Glam palette. I got this for Christmas, I think last year, or when I say last year, I mean 2 years ago, really. I barely touched it. Just because I have so many of the colors that I already have. But there are those 3 browns on the left that I'm eager to try a little bit more, or use more just in like day-to-day makeup, I guess. So moving on to, I guess, face products. I currently have 3 foundations that I use. The reason being is that I really wanted to try the Beauty Bakery foundations years ago, but the shipping to Australia from the US is quite expensive, so I can only buy them during like holiday sales or times when there's like free international shipping, and then I kind of just bundle everything up. So like I bought 2 different foundation shades just in case, because I didn't know which one was going to be right for me, and unfortunately I bought one that's a little bit too dark. Luckily I had an existing Fenty Beauty foundation that I was using that was a little bit actually too pale, so I mixed the dark Beauty Bakery and the light Fenty Beauty together, which is usually what I wear on stream, just because it's a lot harder to tell if the color doesn't match because I'm on camera. And if I'm going out, I will just wear the 335 Instabake foundation on its own. If I'm streaming, my go-to concealer is usually the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in CB 8.2, or the Colourpop No Frills Concealer in Medium 22, which I think is a little bit too light for me actually. Like, you can see through the concealer, so I might have to go dark a little bit in the No Frills Concealer next time. If I am seeing people and I'm wearing the 335 Instabake, I will pair that with the Jamstan 012 Instabake concealer as well, which is actually what I'm wearing now for this video. So I love this foundation. It is so beautiful, like to die for. Literally my skin feels so light, doesn't feel heavy at all. The concealer, kind of scary at first when you put it on, but once you blend it out, it's just like seamless. So if you're in the market for a new foundation concealer combo, I would definitely check out Beauty Bakery as well. They also have really great lipsticks, which I will show you later on. For primers, I actually just use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It is not even half used, honestly. I don't really use primer that often unless I know I'm going out for like a full day or a full night of makeup and we're gonna be walking around, eating, dancing, whatever. I also have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base sample. It is it is almost gone, and I can't bring myself to finish it because it's so nice but so expensive. So I know I'm never gonna buy like the full-size product. I know I'm never gonna buy it, which is why I'm holding on to this sample so much. Does anyone else do that? Like, just hold on to like a product or a sample because they just don't want it to finish? That's me. That's literally me. In terms of powders, I have 2 powders that I use. Again, it is the Beauty Bakery Flower Better Not Bitter in Oat, which is a translucent setting powder. They actually have a bunch of different colors in this setting powder to match your skin tone and your undertone, like super wide range. This is so soft and beautiful. And I also have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder in Banana. I bought this first ages ago when like Fenty Beauty was like all the hype. I mean, it still is, don't get me wrong, like her shit's beautiful. At the time I wasn't using setting powder all that much because I only use setting powder again like on a night out when I know I need to be like set. So there's still a lot of product in both of these because I clearly do not have a social life. So I'm eager to get through these. Maybe I'll start using them a little bit more. Maybe I'll start having a social life a little bit more, who knows? So the next things I want to go through are my facial sprays / setting sprays. I have this Morphe Jeffree Star Set Refresh Mist. I wasn't a fan of it. This smells really nice. I love berry scents. But my major problem with this is that the nozzle, I don't know if you can tell, probably not, but there's this one part of the nozzle that is like super strong. So when you spray it over your face, instead of a mist, it's like a splat specifically. And then if you don't find the spots on your face and like blend it in with a beauty blender, it just kind of like makes a mark in your foundation. I also have this Colourpop Mellow Milk Mist. Honestly, I don't don't really even know when you use it. It's just really nice and calming. Like, it's really nice on the face. So I should probably just like chuck this in the fridge or something for like a hot summer's day and just like spray it all over. Like, it is nice. It's like softly scented, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, it moisturizes, like it hydrates your skin a little bit, feels a bit nice, give it a bit of a spritz. This I use every day though. This is the 4th Ray Beauty from Colourpop, I guess, called the Glisten Up Illuminating Mist. It has this like really nice, like almost like shimmer inside the spray itself, and I really love this. It smells like oranges. It smells very citrusy. It's really refreshing. I usually use it right before I put makeup on. So it's almost like a dewy spray, I guess, like a dewy setting spray, like primer spray. And I sometimes use this, I guess, if I'm about to, you know, leave the house for the day, go for a walk or something. I really love this. I think this is like $12, like, so super affordable, and it just smells great. And last but not least, my setting sprays is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I bought this like 2 years ago, and I have not finished it because I'm too scared to finish it. It's beautiful, basically. It's a beautiful product. It smells like clean. It's almost like a that rice polish scent that Tatcha has. Beautiful glow. I remember I used one of like the Mecca like free beauty look things, I think, for my birthday once, and they're like, what do you want? And I was like, let's go dewy. I've never done dewy before because I was like 21 and I had like really nice skin. I was always wearing matte foundation, and I was like, let's go dewy today. And she used this and I was like, what have you just done? I wish I could be dewy all the time, but it is summer in Australia right now and I am just naturally dewy. Now moving on to blushes and bronzers. I actually don't have that many bronzers or blushes, a few blushes. The 2 bronzers I have are the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker in Island Ting and the Colourpop Pressed Powder Bronze Talk to the Palm. I was really apprehensive about buying the Colourpop bronzer just because there wasn't a swatch in the photo, and that really stresses me out because I've heard obviously stories about like if you get the wrong shade of bronzer you can look ashy, muddy, dirty. Unfortunately, the Talk to the Palm one, which is part of the Coconuts collection, it just doesn't look good on my skin. I'm not sure what it is. I think because the formula is a little bit chalky, when I put it on, even if I like tap off the brush and I put it on my face, it just like, there's just a print and I can't like buff it out or anything. So I tried using it and it's just not my cup of tea, and I really don't know what to do with it because I don't want to waste product, but it's not like I can sell this on Facebook or anything. It's just a Colourpop bronzer that anyone can get. And then the Fenty Beauty one, that one's a lot warmer, but for some reason, like it works really well. The formula's great. I just still don't know if it's like right for my skin tone. It's really weird. I still am yet to crack my bronzer code, if that's even a thing. I do remember years ago though, the Benefit Hoola bronzer was like beautiful. I don't know why I haven't revisited Benefit, but I know their bronzer like works beautifully, but then they came out with like a Hoola Light and all this other stuff, and then I got really confused because I was like, I don't know which one works for me, so I might have to go in and revisit that. But I do still have the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker one, so I'll probably keep working through that. I have 5 different blushes, and let me just explain to you why I have 5 different blushes that kind of vary in like vibrance, I guess. As I said earlier, I stream 5 days a week on Twitch, so when I work on camera, I need to make sure that my makeup is actually quite heavier than what I would do if I was like seeing someone in person. For today's look, I basically mixed the Colourpop Pressed Powder Blush Tearing Up My Heart, which is this really, really nice like terracotta with like a bit of gold flecks, and I mixed that with the Colourpop Fresh and Peachy Pressed Powder Cheek, which gives this like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I only put it on the apples of my cheeks, and this is what I would probably wear if I was like going out and seeing people in person. Whereas if I was streaming, I would need something a little bit more obvious. So I use the Colourpop, seeing a trend here you guys, Colourpop Designer Collection Court of Miracles, which is the Esmeralda blush, which is very, very pink and vibrant. And I will mix that with the Colourpop Sailor Moon collection, the Cat's Eye Pressed Powder Blush, which has also a little bit of like sparkle in that as well. So I'll mix those 2 up just to make sure that I have enough color in my cheeks and I'm not like looking super washed out. And then I also have a very old Benefit California blush, which I really love. It's like a mini one. and I'm almost at pan. But this is like a really lovely like golden pink coral sort of color. Love this. I'm a big fan of the coral colors. I think they work a lot better on my skin tone. I never thought I would be like so into highlighters, but apparently I am. So I have a few highlighters here. I have actually the Mecca Cosmetica Enlighten Powder, which is their own brand highlighter, and it's this really nice natural rose gold sort of shimmer, which I might put on like if I'm just doing like a very light look. I also have two YesStyle highlighters. One is the Supreme Frost Hypothermia and one is the Extreme Frost Choking on Ice. I adore these two highlighters. The formula is insane. I have used the Hypothermia for years and I have barely made a dent. I bought the Extreme Frost Choking on Ice for myself last year, and literally I have not even flattened the YesStyle logo on that. I kind of love having like a bit of like a wacky color on like my highlighter, just because like the rest of my face is usually so, I guess, natural in a way. So like zhuzhing it up with like an icy lavender or even like a pink blue duochrome highlighter is my idea of kind of fun. But these formulas are beautiful. They are obviously quite expensive, which is why I only have two of them. And then I also have a little mini version of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Moonstone. This also came in the Opal and Champagne pop. I actually hit pan on those two. I really do love Moonstone as well. It's a bit different. It's a bit more golden than the Mecca Cosmetica one. So it's nice to change it up a little bit in terms of like the natural highlighter for my face. My last highlighter that I use, which is actually also like a body powder, is the ColourPop, well, it's the Soul Body, which is ColourPop Pink Champagne. So this is actually a really big pan because it's meant to be used with like a big kabuki brush for like your body, your collarbones, everything like that. It's what I'm wearing today as well on my face. It's beautiful and it smells delicious. It smells like this like buttery vanilla, like I don't know how to describe it, but the scent is incredible. I will warn you, there is a lot of fallout in this pan. I have not traveled with this palette before and it's still somehow like product everywhere, so be wary of that one. As for eyeliner, these are actually one of my latest obsessions. The Super Beauty Hydra Liners. It comes in a little pot and it's activated by water. So I have a matte black one called Grease, which is what I'm wearing right now. And I have one called Sea Nymph, which is also a matte liner, and it's this like really deep like teal, which I think is super beautiful. I have this one called Doodle, which is also a matte liner. It's half white and half black. These are really great and super easy to use. Literally just need water and like a thin eyeliner brush and you're good to go. I've been doing my eyeliner with a pen for years, so getting used to a brush was definitely something to learn, but it was super easy once you got it. These also come in like a range of different colors. Some of them are UV activated, so like they will glow under UV light. Some of them are like sort of like a metallic color, so you've got a super wide range. I also have the ColourPop liquid liner in Crazy, Graceland, and Grande. The dark navy blue, really, you can't tell it's dark navy blue unless you really look that close. Unfortunately, the white one was before I bought the Doodle one. It's okay, but I wouldn't use it as like a liner look. It might be like for accents around the face or like to add to your existing liner, but I wouldn't use it as like a liner by itself because it's very hard to make it an opaque color. It looks very watery on me. I'm not really sure why. I do shake it before using it, but it still never works properly. And the Grande, which is just a nice brown for when I don't want to go like a full black liner, I'll just use a brown one just to give myself a wing, and that's a very natural look for me for the day. I also have these two Silly George liner buttons. So they're actually lash adhesive eyeliner. They actually sent me these as part of an affiliate program. I will put my link down below. You can get 15% off, but I'm just letting you know it is an affiliate code, so I do get a little bit of money for it. Comes in clear and black. So essentially you can just draw your eyeliner with this black liner bond and then just stick the lash on directly. And then the clear one, same thing. So you don't even have to like put on eyeliner and then like whatever, like this is your glue and your eyeliner in one. I prefer using the black liner bond. I wish I was comfortable using the clear one, but I feel like the clear one, because I don't know where I've actually drawn the glue on. Sometimes I miss the lash and it just doesn't stick down very well. Whereas with the black liner bond, at least I know where the line is and where the glue is, and I can like readjust it properly. As for mascara, I actually have 2 mascaras. And I'm also in the process of using this Silly George lash serum. They sent that to me as well just to try out because I have really stubborn, straight, thin, short Asian eyelashes, and I've been known to use lash extensions a lot in the past, but seeing as, you know, with COVID and working from home, I haven't seen a reason to maintain my lash extensions, so I tried the lash serum. I think I'm like 2-3 weeks into like a 6 to 8 week lash serum journey, I guess, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. It is looking really nice, like they are looking a lot longer with the help of 2 mascaras that I'm currently using. So there is the L'Oreal Paris Paradise Ecstatic. That's not how you spell ecstatic. This is great. Instantly can see it coat my lashes. And then you also have the Silly George Heart Eyes, which is really, this one's super interesting because it has 2 wands, kind of. So the instructions tell you to twist the top for length and the center for volume, and to twist the volume one first. So it's a super interesting innovation. I found that if I use too much of the length one, it kind of gets a bit spidery, but it's super easy to wash off. Like it won't give you like any panda eyes. And finally, in our beauty collection, we're down to my lip products. And we can go through them a little bit quickly. I have the ColourPop Luxe Gloss in Tied Up, which is this really nice nude pink color. It actually works really well for me. I found that a lot of nudes don't, like they make me look sickly. And then I have the Luxe, I think it's a blotted lip called It's a Banger. This one I really love. This blotted lip formula from ColourPop is really, really nice. I mean, it's pretty much the same as like the blotted lip trend that was going on in like Korea and a lot of Asian countries, where you kind of have pigment in the middle and then it just like fades out to the rest of your lip. It's super nice. You can layer it on and really soft as well, like on your lips, like you can barely feel it. I also have a trusty Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in Voyager, which is this really dark brown red, which I use quite often. Surprisingly, these are actually really good. Like it's drugstore. They have quite a decent color range and they do really stay. I'm not lying, like these do stay on. Like I don't know if it's like if their guarantee is 24 hours, but the staying power is there. I then have 3 Beauty Bakery lip products. I have 2 that are the matte lip whip. So I have the raspberry tiramisu and a Moncherie lip. So I have a really deep berry color, and then obviously a cherry red. The other one is a glossy lip whip called On the Rocks, which is also like a nudie pink gloss, similar to the ColourPop one, but with no shimmers. My next berry color that I have is called Material Girl. It is from Huda Beauty, the liquid matte lipstick. It's a really old lipstick, which is why it's looking a bit grubby, but this was my first like berry color and I fell in love with this range. I just couldn't resist the Sailor Moon ColourPop collection. They both contain very chunky glitters. Moon Prism Power has blue and purple glitters, whereas Moonlight Legend has a lot of gold and blue. My favorite thing about Moon Prism Power is that it has little stars and moons inside, which I'm a sucker for. It's really my kind of aesthetic. Also, I have this Tarte Mermaid Gel, which is a super beautiful iridescent blue and purple holographic glitter gel in pretty much the same consistency. It's actually discontinued, but I think these will last me for a long time to come. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and seeing what products I brought with me into 2021. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more lifestyle videos from me.